Oh my god. I just trolled myself, I guess. Okay. I was like, I need to go. And then I just like press the button. I'm like, we're going. That's the best way to do it sometimes. You jump in. So we're jumping in. I've got one bust I didn't finish shading last week, and I figured after a bunch of big streams we'll have a little bite-sized one. If I can find my tablet pen. All right, I am caffeinated. I even gave Scuts a little coffee. Can you see it? Is my tablet in the way? It's fine. I need to like make my own because I don't really like Starbucks. It's like a knockoff. It's cute. Where is the Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. What does it say on it? Is that an FB? $7. It's a 7. It's a $7. Oh my god. Help. Alright, so this goes smaller. Yeah, I think I have to lock it in place. Yeah. Alright, Scuts. Back in the corner you go. Alright, the art gremlin has coffee. Oh, they gotta scoot over just a little. Yeah, right there. Close enough. It's good for now. Hey, Deathlight. Hey, Bootsy. So, the internal struggle is real. All I want to do is paint this. I can't. Can I? I shouldn't, but I want to. I'm gonna try to keep some of this original color scheme. So let's go ahead and start with grabbing some of those. Hopefully. Let's drag. Yeah, that's better. I was gonna say, hopefully I'm not grabbing bunk colors here. How is everybody doing on this fabulous Wednesday? Hope it's fabulous, and if it's not, then I hope chilling in the stream ends up being a little bit of a perk to your day, sort of like a little sip of coffee. If you don't like coffee, your delight beverage of choice. Love the coffee, the bigger the better. I'll just make it huge all the time. Everyone knows Scut. She's got that huge coffee. I actually bought these novelty coffee mugs one time. It was around Christmas, and they were like relatively cheap. So I didn't expect them to be good, but I like really, really small things, and I like really, really big things, like macro versions of, I love D&D minis, go figure. But my favorite pencil is one that's like literally, like 2/3 size of a pencil. I'm like, it's so tiny. It's uncomfortable to hold, but I love it. And then I like tiny spoons in the kitchen for some reason. I don't know. Not like all my spoons, but like I don't know. Or like when you go out and you like, I don't know. The only time I could ever afford crab is when I went to the buffet at the casino. I didn't go to the casino to gamble. I went to the casino for the food. It was once upon a time when I had a regular life and I could do things once in a while. It was my treat. Once a month, I would just go and I would destroy the shrimp and the crab, and then it was good. But issue I had was that the little forks that they have for like scooping out the crab meat and stuff, they're just so fucking adorable, and you can't find them anywhere. So I found I found like a food store where they have a chef supply store. There you go. And they've got some good stuff there. And now I'm like, I should go see. I know they've got like, I should see if they have a tiny whisk. Does anybody watch Binging with Babish? Oh, I love the tiny whisk. And then he got a tiny whisk tattoo. I'm like, yep, that's adorable. I'm not really, I don't know if I could deal with a tattoo. It would have to be perfect. It would have to be on my shoulder so I couldn't look at it and be like, wait, this line's just a little bit wiggly. Let's see. Alright, so first, I'm torn about what I want to do. Oh shit, that's on the wrong layer. That's fine. I kind of want to shade it all on the same layer though. Am I setting myself up for a headache? Possibly. Alright, let's duplicate this so I don't ruin what I have. I can experiment, and if it goes poorly, I have a backup. That is one of the best things I finally learned. I'm like, if I'm not scared of ruining it. Alright, I don't like how desaturated and pale it is. Let's try to do a little bit warmer. A little brighter, since some of those other tones are kind of goldish. Maybe try this instead. Maybe let's roll with it and see. Let's roll with it and see. What else would be kind of that flesh color? Would the inside of the ear fit? Let's try that for starters. I love getting to do character design because, like, there's so much room to. Ooh. Huh? No, lock the layer. There. There's so much room to explore. So many things to try. Alright, so let's go with the main color staying this kind of reddish. We'll see what happens. I'll keep what I like and work on the rest. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I feel like one of my dreams when I was in school, before I gave up because I felt like it was an oversaturated market. But I had played God of War at the time. I was I was going over to my aunt and uncle's, and they had gotten it for the console. And once you beat the game, either it gives you bonus content so you could view it, or after I beat the game, I explored like some of the other stuff that they had available. I can't remember which off the top of my head, but essentially, they talked about what it was like developing the game and working on stuff behind the scenes, and I thought that was like really fucking cool. I wanted to be able to do that, and I kind of started wanting to like get into character design and do those sorts of things, but I found out how the market was fairly oversaturated with people who wanted to make games for video, or art for video games, and so I kind of gave up on that, and my plan was to actually become a welder. You believe it or not, before I got sick, and now that kind of physical work is out of my like capabilities, but yeah. Metalsmith. But it was something I gave up on, and I was trading the idea of maybe making merch and like going to conventions and selling my art that way, which would say I'm closer to at this point. It's not quite there. I don't know if I'm actually going to go vend at things. That feels like a lot of it's a big physical ask, and I can't do that right now, but it's nice to have goals. So maybe one day. But the funny thing to me is that I essentially gave up on doing any sort of character design because the market was oversaturated, and doing it for video games at least, and it's really cool to see that skill is now being put to use by smaller customers instead of big clients. But I honestly work with a lot of ref sheets, so I feel like I kind of know what are decent designs, what are not decent designs, what things end up being really difficult to sort of read and translate as an artist. Like I'm doing something currently that's got a lot of detail, but I'm trying to make it for a customer so it's not overly, I don't want it to be cluttered and over designed, so I'm trying to work the design elements a little smoother, and so far so good. But it's understanding that like more isn't always better, and that it's how you utilize the design elements more than adding more to make it different or stand out, which I think is the problem. There's a lot of VTubers who are over-designed, and they jiggle too much, and it's very busy, very, very visually distracting and overstimulating. And I think at the core are some really, really cute designs. I almost want to do a stream where I do like how I would have designed a VTuber, but I don't want it to be disrespectful, so I might actually like ask somebody if they'd be okay with that. But that's way the hell down the line when I actually have time, because unless somebody was paying me to redesign it, it's not something I can do right now. But I do get paid to essentially kind of rework designs often, and it's kind of a, here's what I have, go, here's the vibe, go crazy with it. And I would like to think that I'm half decent at it, at least because people come back to me. So I feel like I have a good balance and a good taste. I don't know how I feel about the the golden mane on this, though. Ooh. That looks a lot bolder. Ooh. Now, what if... Yeah, this is the highlight instead? Like, does it look good with a gold mane? It detracts from the eyes being gold. Which I think kind of made them stand out. Ooh. So the deeper gold works because it still lets the eyes be bright, but as soon as I brought the brighter tone in, it starts feeling like it's fighting with the gold in the eyes for me. Alright, so I'll keep it that, or, ooh, the other option could just to be go for like a dark mane. Because there's also the dark red. This is what I like doing, I'm just trying shit out. If I do that though... Or does the dark red work? Kind of like that. It lets the eyes pop, but then this doesn't feel like it should be. I might just ask. Like, which one do you like better? But then I would have to wait for a response. And I know they'll probably like any of them. They all look good, but one day I like the best. Okay. Which one do I like better? I really like the gold in the eyes being the only thing. I think I should keep the gold being an accent, and the hair should either be... It should either be black or dark red. the blob right here. So I'm just kind of playing. If I put the gold there, doesn't look good. Kind of. I kind of want to keep the, or I can do, oh god, there's so many options. So I can try to follow the original formula just a bit closer and do the eyes red and then try doing the mane the gold. But it would mean take everything here and drop. Ooh. All right. And then I want to take this and then try to go maybe just a bit of a gray with it. Actually, I really like the original pupils. Yeah, this is pretty good. Wait, these are bright. Alright, I'm gonna send this over real quick. Let's see if I can get a response. Oh wait, oh you're there! Ah, you're there! Haha, haha! Shit! Okay, alright. Let's catch up with chat real quick. Had to explain to someone why there's a value in fixing up older vehicles versus buying a vehicle brand new from a dealership, and they got a little mad at you because your 20-year Silverado, if it was near new, would have had a value of $30,000, where a 2024 Silverado, as soon as it's sold and driven off the dealer lot, would lose 40 to 60. Yeah, it's because all the new trucks are like made of plastic. Everything's expensive to repair. I always jiggle just right. Yeah, I'm so glad I finally used my model. I was gonna leave her be for a bit, and I was sad. I'm sad that she was, What? Am I on Twitch? I just saw Natrin and Sulk. Hold on. Are you kidding me? Am I live on Twitch right now too? I'm gonna scream into the technological void. I'm so confused. I am not. Where did that come from? I don't see it in the chat, but I saw it pop up on the thing. I'm so confused. So sorry. It's really a treat to watch me experiment and work through figuring out what bits work best on her. Ah. Yeah, the fire and brimstone. Yes, yes. It's what I'm trying to go for. Do you know if you have a preference between the gold eyes and the black hair, or the... Let's see if I can make a folder real quick. I would take all of these and drop them in here. So it was that, or duplicate, and I drag that one in. Sorry, I'm listening to. Oh no, what? Where did my layers go? Huh? What's? I hate it when that happens. I'm like, what did I disturb? If I don't know what I accidentally picked up and dragged, it gets legitimately terrifying. I'm like, where does this go back to? It was like this, and then I took... I guess it would probably be more like this. Mm-hmm. I do like this one. Reworked a bit to... Oh, there you go. Wow, that was super delayed. What? It came up on the, That was so weird. Okay. Hello, Nadrin. Hello, Kyan. I see you over there now. That was so weird. I saw the text pop up top, and then I didn't see you over there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll try to make that one work. Because they're both good. Is my coffee still hot? My coffee is tepid. I really like this being the brightest part too. It does kind of get rid of the goldenrodish colors. I go playing with stuff again. No. Okay, I actually really like those goldenrod with red thorns. Am I wrong for thinking this? Maybe I can keep them in the oranger profile so they don't compete. I don't know. What if I go deeper with the goldenrod? We'll see. I'm just playing with stuff. I'll go back to the default colors if I don't like it. And then if I have some time, if I finish early, the plan is to do some of the animal studies that I was gonna do last week, but everything got a little wonky. So it would have maybe even go just a bit bluer. Possibly. So you still get that kind of warm goldenrod. It doesn't compete with the brightness of the eyes, but it still kind of ties into the color theme. And then I just really liked airbrushing the thorns red. I can that just looks really fucking sick to me. I love it. Like dead thorns or something, you know? Alright. Because the other option is to do them the red. Which is also pretty cool. Because I like how it's bright. Let's do it on a different layer. Let's not do this again where I made it difficult to compare. Super hard to choose. Yeah. Trust my judgment, but you love what I've been doing with the theming. Oh, awesome. It impresses me a lot how I recognized the fire element touch to her and ran with it. Yeah, it seemed to be kind of more or less from the description. She seemed to be related to like emotions of like anger and rage, which tend to kind of lean towards fire in general as like that kind of pair. Because this isn't the first one that I've done. I've done the aspect of despair and the aspect of fear, and so this one was the aspect of brain derping. But I got the gist clearly, even if even if the processing power is struggling to recall at the moment. The words come secondary. Okay, I'm getting static charged. Oh my god. I need to, I guess, use the static spray they gave me with my tablet screen. I feel like a sock that just came out of the dryer half the time. Especially because like it's chilly today. I'm wearing my robe, and so it's just like every time I move across it, it's like the whoosh of the static, and I can hear it crackling and popping. And then I pulled my hand away from the tablet. I pulled my hand away from the tablet and it zapped me, and I was like, oh no. Why is it being mean to me? I guess it's not being mean, but it makes me want to go. I'm like, okay, that's why they gave me the anti-static spray, huh? Might be wise to utilize it. Just maybe. Alright, so these are cool, but the more I filled in, the more I feel like that kind of takes away from the main form. And then let's add the white tips just to... I mean, it's okay. I kind of like this one better. It's a little more subtle and still brings your attention over to like the tusks and the eyes. Like this one makes them a secondary feature, and this one brings them up towards being like a main feature. All right, we'll go with the goldenrod. Oh, that was the right one. Ooh, and that works with the goldenrod on the, it works with the goldenrod on the ears a bit there, too. I'm really trying hard not to talk about wrestling. I learned so much. I finally started learning about the faces. Okay, I learned about the heels. Let's learn about the faces. It's really hard for me to like disengage. Like working for myself makes it so I'm very much super conscious about what I'm spending my time doing. Yesterday I opened The Sims. I got home. I wasn't gonna work. I was gonna play The Sims. I was gonna relax. And you know what I did? I sat down. I opened The Sims. And then I decided to open my drawing program, and I was just gonna see what things, did I have to work on today. So, just while I'm unwinding, just at the end of the night, I can think about what stuff I need to do tomorrow. And then next thing I know, I'm just listening to The Sims music. I'm like, wait a second. And then yeah, it turns out I didn't really play The Sims. I just opened the game and started drawing, and I was like, fuck. The problem I've been running into is that because I can't relax, I end up burning myself out, which is very not productive in the end. And one of the only ways I've been able to finally like just unplug is going down the rabbit hole of wrestling, and it was for a D&D character. But now it's just it's so immersive learning about, like, there's a whole iceberg. Like, there's wrestling, and then there's like all the shit that like has gone on behind the scenes, and then there's like just so many years, and there's like different families that have been doing this for a long time. Like, they're like cousins and shit. Like, it's a family thing, and it's just like it's cool. Look, there I go. I started talking about wrestling. Anyways, it's been the one break I've had from working is indulging in this new random fixation. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just try not to let it consume everything I do. I'll just do a time lapse, and the time lapse, the audio track will just be me rambling about wrestling. It'll be fine. This won't spiral out of control at all. I'm not gonna make an alter ego and yeah, no, I there's no plans to draw Scuts in a wrestling outfit. Wait, no, she already had one. That was fun. All right, trying to fill in all of the outer edges here. Let's get this out of the way so I can see. There we go. But yeah, to go back on topic about art. It's one of those things. I thought I was never going. I thought I gave up on doing character design. That was gonna be out of my abilities. It was gonna be too competitive, and it's really funny to me that it still is fairly competitive. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's like actual competition, because in the end there's a lot of preference. Like, some people just prefer working with different types of people. Some people prefer artists for their art style, and that's not even something that you could or should take personally. Like, there are people who appreciate your art style for yours. I need to get a little loading screen animation for sketch so that when my brain stops working, we can just put that up. I feel like I had a point and I just kind of wandered off. I forgot what I was talking about. That's fine. I was trying to hunt for little bits and pieces to fill in. Oh, that it's funny to me. There we go. I remembered. It's funny to me that I ultimately thought that I wouldn't be doing something like this, and I am. And the other half of that too is that I was like, I'm never working with customers. They're awful. Because I had a teacher who was just super stressful. As far as my graphic design class went, and I just didn't want to work with people. And then here I am. I'm working with customers doing not necessarily I do graphic design once in a while. It's within my skill set. I don't I don't do it for anybody. Like, I think I've only done graphic design work for like friends in my life. I'm like, I know what you like. We're on the same wavelength. But I'm doing character fucking design, doing character sheets, and I'm working with customers doing commissions. And it's just funny. Like, I didn't think I was going to enjoy any aspect of this just because of other circumstances. And then it turns out that I just absolutely enjoy this. I love getting to work with people, to make characters, to, like, I don't know, I get to a point where I'm like, Like, what do I draw? What do I want to draw? I don't know. And I can find stuff to draw, but it's always cool that, like, commissions are just kind of already there for me. You know, it's one of the... It's why I do, let's do this a flat color, and I'll do the nose on a different layer. That's what's fucking me up. We'll do it here. Oops, that's the wrong button. All right, so, I think with all of the main decisions made, we are approaching the territory of shading stuff. I'm gonna put this on its own layer, so these can be reined in as needed. Oh. I keep wanting to make adoptables, but I don't want to make adoptables. So I'll probably do what I've done a few times, where when I have a character that I just probably don't have time for, I'll just, like, put them up for sale. I did it with some kobolds I doodled, because it was just, they're so cute. But the issue came in that I was never going to do anything with them personally. Maybe they would become D&D characters at best, but otherwise all the cute designs were gonna just sit in my sketchbook. So I put them up for anyone who wanted to pick them up and snag them. Deathlight, did you ever get anything drawn with either of them? The one that didn't sell, I'm gonna try to use... in a D&D game eventually, and she was a little like a kobold, but based off of like a tree frog. It was cute. Yep. That's the sky noise, all right. I'm watching my noise gate break. You commission mostly on styles. Like, you commission me for details because you know I love it. Hell yeah. And that's another thing, is like making sure you commission people to their strengths. And I feel like if you're comfortable in your art style, you're gonna have a stronger like you're gonna have a stronger style that people are gonna wanna have. It's really strange to me when people just like straight up copy other people's art. Like, not like tracing, but like when you see someone who's basically honed their art style to the point where you're like, this can't be a coincidence. It feels like this artist was popular, therefore you like literally copy pasted their style and are drawing stuff. But like, that's wild to me because like, just make your own style. Take elements that you like. It's absolutely normal to go, oh, I like the way this artist draws ears. I like the way this artist draws muzzles. And you draw artist A style ears with your twist, with like artist B style muzzle, and then your way you draw eyes or whatever, and you kind of like smash and combine stuff, and after a while it doesn't look like you pulled this element from there or that inspiration from there because it has been combined into its own thing. It just absolutely baffles me when I see something cross my dash and I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so's art. That looks kind of off though. It's always like it's in an uncanny valley where it looks mostly like that person's art. And then I like, upon further investigation, I'm like, this is not the real thing. I don't like it. Alright, I feel like we should keep. I feel like there were a lot of artists I borrowed from in the community when I first started because I didn't know what I liked. And I was trying a lot of stuff, but I don't think, like back in the day of drawing pony stuff or anything, that I was directly confused for anybody else's style. Because even though I was trying out like different ears and face shapes and stuff, everything else was still my touch and my taste. I think you guys know what I'm talking about though. Like, you can tell it's so weird. It's like a bad impersonation almost. But it's crazy to me because those people clearly have enough skill that they can mimic somebody who draws well and has a good style. Like, you're so close, now just do it for yourself. Like, just don't take 100% of somebody else's stuff. You know, put your own twist on things. It's why AI art makes me mad, because it literally was just taking people's stuff and recombining and spitting it out without actually really making it original. This is so interesting, trying to draw mouths coming out of clumps of fur. Yes, that would kind of put a damper on everything, wouldn't it? I should doodle one. They were cute. I liked the pink one. I liked all of them, actually. Like, I'm glad you scooped them up because they were good. Should I show them off? I think I know where they are. Do you guys want to see the kobolds? How fluffy do I make her? Oh my god. I think this is getting out of control. Initially, I'm like, ooh, I can tint the tufts of hair so they look kind of like fire. I don't know. We'll see. We're trying shit. I just don't want to overcomplicate the design. I would like to make it replicatable. Let me see. Oh yeah, she had the broken horn. Yeah. I'm just gonna pull him up real quick. The pink one was kind of like an axolotl. Oh no, I can't show it. Well, wait, this is Twitch. It's artistic nudity. But they're just kobolds. I forgot. Twitch, we can't even show the booba. This is not erotic art. This is just a naked body. This is like art. This is a character. You know what I mean? It makes me so mad that it's not acceptable. 'Cause look, I love all the spots and stuff on her. She's got such a fun design. Does this look sexual to you? No! She's just naked. And if you can't handle that, this is probably not the stream or the community for you. Anyways, end of the boob rant. Back to the boar. I may clip that part out. I don't know. That's why you gotta catch the streams live. That's when you catch the booba. You're like, haha. Ah. This isn't Twitch, yeah. It's so crazy that we almost had artistic nudity on Twitch and then it got taken way too far. It did not apply to VTubers. Like, so on Twitch, I could show in the 24 hours that this was allowed, mind you, before everyone got this revoked. For 24 hours, what was okay was for me to show like the art that I just showed or to draw stuff that I was showing. It's okay to show nipples. Nipples are not the devil. What I could not do is have Scuts here be naked and all jiggly wiggly. That would count as myself being inappropriately dressed for the stream under Twitch's TOS. And a lot of VTubers either have no, not a lot of, but there were some prominent figures, I guess, who either have no reading comprehension or intentionally misread what artistic nudity meant. And it was bad. Everybody was like, oh, Scuts, you can stream booba on the Twitch now. And I was like, I'm not touching that. Not touching that. And I'm glad I didn't, because even people who were not drawing anything against the TOS, they weren't even drawing the artistic nudity under the new acceptable TOS. We're talking like just streaming and drawing completely whatever stuff. They were getting caught up and banned in just bot raids. And that would have stressed me the fuck out. And I'm like, I did not need to deal with that chaos. But the fact that it just so quickly exploded to an inappropriate level, because I think it has a little bit to do with the Twitch meta and kind of like clout chasing, like, oh gasp, look at how far this person pushed the envelope. And unfortunately, because of that kind of behavior, they had to just walk it back immediately. So no artistic nudity on Twitch, which is a shame, because the sheer panic that I had right there, I was like, oh man, I gotta delete the VOD. And I'm like, no, I don't. It's okay. It's okay. I shouldn't have to free the nipple. Come on, Twitch. Okay. Da 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 da, shading some booba. She's got mouse everywhere. I think that's one of my new favorite things. Like, if you just have a creature, an OC, whatever, and they're just covered in excessive mouths and teethy grins. Yes, my queue, it exists. It is a place, and it put them there. Let me draw all the mouths. It has me in a mood to draw a mimic or something. Okay, whoops. Knocking stuff over, 'cause that's my favorite way to be. It has to be. If I didn't like knocking stuff over, I wouldn't do it constantly. Am I right? At least that's the assumption I've come to. After 33 years, so it hasn't changed so far. Might as well embrace it. If you need anything knocked over, just give me a call. I'm a professional cat. Provided your table is sturdy enough, for $100 an hour, I will sit on your keyboard and knock things off of your desk. Contact me via commission lists if you're interested. Sorry, I'm laughing because there's like professional dames out there. I'm just like, why be professional dame when you can be professional cat? They're already professional jerks. And then you like try to get their attention, and then when they pay attention to you, you roll on your belly, and then when they go to pet your belly, you go and you bite their fingers. If my cat had anything to teach me, that that's sorry. I'm focusing on drawing and I'm just rambling. Oh my god, my favorite thing to do with cats is pretend I can't see them. They're like, what? It's one thing if it's like a friendly cat and shit, but if somebody's got a nervous cat, obviously when you see them, they're like, don't look at me, and so like if I go and I scan over a cat and the cat's got the frozen and like the worried face, like, because you can tell when they're just like looking, they're like, oh hey, and then there's a different face that they make when they're like, oh my god, does the T-Rex see me? And so I was like, okay, all right, I'll pretend I don't see ya. And then their faces are confused. They're like, what? They're like, heh. I had a friend's cat. And he was super skittish. And if you saw him, oh boy, scared. It was actually funny because I was staying there, and the cat would go in the room when I went to go to the bathroom, and I wouldn't know that he had gone in the room to like check stuff out. Oh hey, what's going on in here, right? Because it's quiet, nobody's in there. And so then he hears me come out of the fucking bathroom, and he hid under the bed. And so I was sitting in there doing stuff, and all of a sudden I hear something, and I look over my shoulder, and I see a very freaked out cat. And I'm like, oh my god, you poor thing. You did not mean to get yourself stuck in here with me, did you? And it was just one of those, he like looked at me terrified and ran back under the bed. So I got up and I went over and I opened the door, and I was like, I got you. It's fine. You're good. And I just went back and I sat down facing away from the bed and away from the door in the spare bedroom so that like the cat could leave. And I checked to go see if he was leaving, and he stopped. He stopped as he was leaving the door, and he looked at me and he did the slow blink, and then he left. And I'm like, he just thanked me. But there was another time that he was in there, and I went in the room, and the cat was like sleeping on the spare bed. And so I was like, oh, I just assumed when the cat like raised the head and looked at me, like they didn't book out of the room, right? So I assumed it was their brother, who was not nearly as skittish, because, you know, and so I was like, oh hey, and I called the cat the wrong name, and immediately I saw his body language relax, and he just put his head back down and went to sleep. And I was like, did you, what? He's like, I am the master of disguise. You see me, but you don't know it's me. I will resume my nap now. And I'm just like, okay, you know, if that's cat logic, that's cat logic, because, it worked. After that, like, I was around enough, he started getting comfortable with me, but, like, the initial getting to know you period with that cat was funny. And that trick actually worked with somebody else, because the cat was, like, sleeping in the room, and I was like, you can come in, but try to ignore the cat, because they might freak out. It wasn't cat's mom or dad, so I was like, and I was like, you can try calling them this, because when I did that, it seemed to make him feel better. You know, I thought he was the wrong cat, and so he's like, haha, he bamboozled. And so I basically told my friend to address the cat incorrectly as the other cat, and upon doing so, the cat put his head back down and went back to sleep. I don't understand. So it was just like, I mean, I'm sure, like, if he tried to pet the cat, you know, then the cat would have left. But for the time being, as it was just funny. So I was like, yeah, I'll let cats think that they've succeeded their stealth checks. If they're that anxious, like, fucking me too. Just pretend you don't see me. Cats are so silly. They are super silly. They're very, very goofy. Do. I really just want to. I just want to get some ratty rats. All right, I need to use the restroom real quick, and then we're just gonna keep going on this. I think as long as this looks good, and happy with stuff so far, I'm just gonna keep trucking. So give me just a moment to use the restroom, and I will return. Okie dokie, we are back. And it looks like I'm gonna have to learn what I can do to clean my microwave. Oh my god. I don't get to have nice things. VTubers ruining artistic nudity on Twitch, and my macaroni ruining my microwave. I found Costco had Panera macaroni, and I can actually have it, which is a big deal. But when you microwave it, it explodes. TLDR. It just, I was like, what just happened? And I opened my microwave, and I forgot that it did that the first time I made some. And I really wish I had remembered, because the second time I made some, I put tuna in it. And the macaroni was basically the vessel for tuna all over my microwave. And it smells so bad. That was yesterday. I just opened my microwave to reheat my coffee, and I'm like, that's this is after I wiped it out. That's one of the reasons it took me a minute to get on stream. I went to go reheat my coffee, and I had the same reaction of just like, this is unacceptable. The microwave needs my assistance. I tried to do it, but like I got to go in there with like something to actually take out the. I'm assuming there's some sort of oil or something, so I gotta like get in there with a degreaser. I swear to God, if it like made its way into my microwave and my microwave is just gonna smell like rotting fish now, I'm gonna cry. I will go back without a microwave. I lived without a microwave for the better part of a decade. I will do it again in a heartbeat. Don't fucking test me. It was actually one of the best things I did when I first moved out. I wanted to pressure myself to learn to cook. And I struggled with just like passively eating. Not necessarily because I needed to, but because I was just bored, or, you know, that instant gratification when you eat something and it tastes good. You just want another one. And so that's kind of... the intent was, if I have a microwaved burrito and I decide I want another one, it's going to take it 30 minutes or so to cook. And so if I just want it because I want one, it wasn't really worth the effort to wait, because by the time it was done cooking, I wouldn't really want it anymore. The satisfaction of the meal would have kind of hit. So it was initially just kind of to train me to not just eat without really thinking about, was I actually hungry? Because I had just moved out. I literally couldn't afford to eat excessive food. Like, I was trying to make it work for like 2 people on $200 a month. It was tight times, but I learned to cook. I got real creative with my recipes and everything. And it was really good. And then now, because I have the food allergy stuff, that's actually the reason why I brought the microwave back in. Is because the 2 things I want in life are food that I can eat without getting sick, and I would like to have my coffee. My coffee, I would like it hot, thank you. And before I had a microwave, if I wanted to reheat my coffee, I was putting it in a pan on the stove and waiting for the stove to get hot, and then, yeah, it was really inefficient. And I like efficiency. That was time that was not going to drawing. I was literally just babysitting something on the stove so my coffee didn't scald. I was like, it's time to graduate back to a microwave. And I finally got one again, but like I wouldn't hesitate to just be like, all right, this microwave smells like ass. I can do without. Do not test me. I'll fucking make food over a fire pit. Like, don't. We can throw the whole kitchen out. I got a skewer. I got fire. I can put it on a stick. I can eat it. Let's see. Just go. I'll meet it on the layer it's on. I honestly feel like I should make a flat color version of this. This is very... I would be a truly an asshole if I was talking about how because I am an artist, I like doing ref sheets and whatever, and then I'm like sitting here knowing that this is full shaded, which is awful to try to hand to somebody else as be like, here's a ref. It's not like the worst thing in the world. It's better than nothing, but because I have the capability and the knowledge, I'm just like, I really just want to make a flat color version. Because I honestly... Hold on. Follow me on this one. We take this, but then... What if the neck floofies become the contrast here? Kind of tie in with... I just don't want it to look like feathers. Yeah, that makes it look... Unless maybe... Not quite. It looks good for contrast, but no. So is this the goldenrod I said was too bright? I like I just honestly really like the goldenrod, right? Because like a lot of the times when you do see designs that are kind of like this fire theme, it's always like the really bright yellows. And so while it doesn't look it, for some reason, it reminds me of like combining like fall. Like this reminds me of like autumn and like a forest fire at the same time. If that makes any sense. I think it does. It's like autumn, but on fire. All right, so trying to think what boar noses look like. Ooh, let me change my playlist to something a little more in line with the flavor. You guys can't hear it, but I can. That is one of the bonus points of Twitch, I'd say, as I get to listen to the fun music. All right, boar nose. Boar. Okay. Oh, that's red. All right. That's a problem for later. Alright, so they kind of have like the crackly skin texture. It's like a cow. Alright, throw some highlights down here. I really want to do some like really cool lighting or something, but I have to stay reeled in for these, or else I won't complete them all. But it's rare. I feel like I only draw OCs one time. Sometimes it's only one time, but there's a lot of times I get a chance at drawing multiple ones, multiple times. I like it. It's like once I get to know... Oh, hang on, I gotta... It's like once I've worked out a character's details and I get to be familiar with that part, it then leaves it open for me to be able to try to do more, like, you know what I mean? It's like once I know that base part, I can build off of it. It's why it's fun to draw like OCs and stuff a bunch, because if you've drawn the character a lot, they become pretty easy. You remember the details. You don't have to look at a reference. I'm in fact I'm sure that there's a good chunk of OCs out there that I could draw without using a reference, because I've drawn them enough times. I could even get probably pretty close guessing with the color palette. Wouldn't be perfect, but I keep wanting to see if that would be one that would be fun to do. That would be a fun one. Like, if I get caught up on everything, I might do that for like past Patreons or something, or current Patreons. People who got over a certain amount, or maybe people who like donated while my my ankle was fucked, or not donated, but like you stayed subscribed. It was basically like goodwill. You're like, all right, we know you can't get to your computer right now, so I'm like, thank you. All right. I don't have PTO or vacation time, so when I fucked my ankle up, that was a rough one. But what wasn't rough was seeing that the people who are waiting for one, like I was like, help! This sucks. This is the situation. And so it's like, all right. After it got to the point that I could close the commissions, I did. Like I was able to draw again and kind of get stuff back underway. So I stopped from accumulating additional stuff once it got to the point that I no longer needed it. And it's just been kind of a process of picking at it. So go do the thing. Thank you. It's interesting because I could be overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I have to draw, but instead, I just remember why I have it to work through, and it changes my mindset from, thinking about it as like this giant task to between that and like just being genuinely happy to make people happy with my art. Knowing that, like, gratitude, I'm coming from a place of gratitude. Like, this sucks and it's hard, but, you know. I'm not in a place to complain. Just put my head down and go, you know? I'm too optimistic. Optimistic? No, I don't know. I mean, it's realistic. I've done... Where? Oh, they're right here. When I first got sick, I had a backlog from basically trying to find out what was going on. And it was really hard for me to work. I was basically bedridden. I managed to get all of that caught up. And I'm just like, if I did it one time, I can do it again. And I just feel like there's so much that I've learned. There's just so much that I've learned over the years doing stuff. I feel like when I get caught up this time, I'm just going to be sitting in such a good spot. Like, I'm happy making art. Like, it's not something where I'm feeling burnt out. I need to be mindful of my wrist more than anything, but I'm starting to put other avenues out. And I especially feel like that's an appropriate time to shout out. Just thank you so much for watching the stream right now, because it's things like this that are allowing me to... I'm not monetized yet, but if I get the watch hours, even just chilling and watching me draw will be an additional way that you're already doing it now. You're already doing it now. It doesn't cost you anything, and you're helping a little guy out. And like, this is never how I thought I was gonna end up doing stuff. And the fact that I just kind of got thrust into this and I'm making it work, I got so much appreciation and so much gratitude. I realized the other day, I'm like, man, I spent 6 hours trying to figure out how to make it so that chat could throw stuff at me on Twitch. Do you guys want to see the gnomes? Do you guys want to see the gnomes? I could use a giggle. You guys want a giggle? Give me the sweet, sweet gnomes. It took me 6 hours to work it out. But, oh, look at this. So now when I'm focusing, I can put my little in the zone. And chat will know that my microphone is off. Oh, I can take my coffee away, but no, I want my coffee. But like, just I'm really proud of myself for having the drive. Like, I really just enjoy learning, so it's really fun to just come in here and learn stuff to make things more interactive and more fun. So oh, it's not through here. Oh, that's fair. I was trying to find the event in the wrong spot. There we go. You guys ready for some gnomes? Let's see, how do I do it? Go to test. There we go. So I made it so that chat can throw sushi at me. Maybe. Is it not connected? It hates me. Oh, that's fine. Anyways. We're not connected? We're connected. Oh, I don't have the overlay here. Aw. But I can move to my Twitch. We're on the right one. Yeah. Alright. Okay, hold on. I gotta show you the gremlin. I gotta show you. Since you're so sweet and so kind watching my streams. Okay, this should work now. No sushi. No? Ugh! Okay. Alright, and then, here we go. The gnomes. This is fantastic. Ready? Oh, yeah. Got that sweet gnome. It scratched. Okay, we'll go back to drawing. It's good to take little breaks from focusing to relax. I can focus and draw really fast, but I can tend to only work for shorter bursts when I do so. Especially if I'm doing line art that cramped my hands. Do I want to do... I kind of like that. But it's really fun. I've been having a lot of fun just having chat be able to like hurl those things at me. And it's more useful when I do like game streams and stuff though. Drawing streams, it's fun. But my favorite usage so far is when I'm like playing a game and chat's just like, look up, look, you're missing the thing. And then I just hear bing bing and I get pelted with sushi and I'm like, ah, and I look up and they're like, do the thing. And I'm like, oh, I will do the thing. But before that, I would just prance on by stuff while they're like, no. And if nobody's familiar with the Nuzlocke runs I was doing, I've never played Pokemon before, and so I was playing Pokemon with chat, and many knowledgeable people so kindly pointing out wonderful things and helping me learn, and it's how I lost my precious Vulpix. And for those who don't know what a Nuzlocke is, it means when your Pokemon faints, goes down to 0 hit points, you don't get to use them in the game anymore. And it's not like a real game mode, it's like self-imposed rules. But I thought it made the stakes higher and more interesting, and oh, I was right. And so I wasn't paying attention to chat. I was rambling about something while I was trying to figure something else out, or I didn't know to read. And so then next thing I know, I'm like, no, my Pokemon's dead. And chat's like, we were trying to tell ya. And I was like, I didn't see. Oh no, I felt so bad. So now, chat can throw sushi at me and save my Pokemon from my, what do you call it? I was gonna say idiocy, but I'm trying to find a nicer way to phrase it. My naivety. Since I'm still learning what most of the Pokemons do. The noise the gnomes make. Do you want more gnomes? Hold on, I want more gnomes. I have it all set up now. I might as well. Give me the sweet, sweet gnomes. I have to find one for this one. Oh no, it's on save. So when people tell me to save, it throws a version of me at me. My PNG tuber. Ow. But it's so that they can get my attention and I know to save my thing. It's fantastic. It's the best form of interaction. It's also hilarious because obviously it doesn't physically hurt. It's absolutely harmless. It's something that I set up. It happens in the little fucking thingy, and yet when I see it bounce off my little VTuber, I'm like, ow, ow. It reminds me of when like you play a video game and you know that you're not getting hit. You know that it's the video game character, but you're still sitting there like, no, oof, when it hits you or whatever, like you're still reacting. It gets tense. Like it's not, it's not you, but it's representative of you. And so it was really interesting to just be like, okay. Cause I'm like, why do VTubers react when people throw stuff? I figured it was just for like the humor of it, like, oh, ow, ooh, stop throwing stuff at me. But like legit, when I throw stuff at Skuts and I see it bounce off of her, I'm just like, oof, no, precious little unicorn, wait. Which is also why I think I made it stuff like sushi and gnomes that chat can throw so far. They're things that I like. If I want to be mean, chat can throw potatoes at me. Or, anyway. That would hurt. I was gonna say tomatoes, but at least potatoes don't have splatter. But potatoes... But see, like, that's where I would want to find funny noises, because I feel like the thud of a potato would be funny. You really love all these fun little things, and it's super cool to you that I've been able to make all the stuff work. Aw, thank you. That really means a lot to me, because that's how I choose to spend my downtime. Like, when I say I open a video game and I go, is there anything else I could be doing? Instead of spending 6 hours playing Baldur's Gate one night, I chose to spend my time using that 6 hours to figure out how to use mix it up in K-Bonk so that you guys can throw stuff, because that would make my streams interactive. Playing Baldur's Gate is fun, but it doesn't further my stuff, so it's a lot of work. It's a constant grind, and I'm so glad it's appreciated, and it's brought a lot of joy to me in my streams. Like, I wanted to have the gnome. I wanted to see the gnomes as much as I wanted to show you the gnomes. I wanted to get hit by the gnomes. You know what I mean? It's fun, and it makes me laugh, and it's goofy, and at the end of like, everybody could do it if they wanted to. Those resources are accessible. K-Bonk was free. I think Mix It Up is also free. Like, or K-Bonk was... I think it was either a free asset or it's like $5. And, you know, so is VTube Studio. VTube Studio's got a free version. There's nothing that limits you from, you know, doing something with that. But people don't want to. They would rather spend their time doing other stuff. And that's not a slight at anybody who does choose to do something with their downtime. But I do think that it's the difference between people who go, I wish I could have that YouTube channel, or I wish I could be doing that thing, and the people who are actually doing it is just putting the time. Like, if you're really passionate about these things, put it in the hobby slot where your passion goes. So this is my passion. I love my dumb horse. I'm sad that I felt like this model wasn't good enough because, oh my god, I was trying to finish a new model for Valentine's Day and I didn't get there. I started pushing really hard on the backlog and everything, so it just didn't get to be at the forefront. And I was gonna be really sad about it just because I haven't been doing a lot of personal art for myself. There's just been a lot of work going on, so like it felt like it was something I was looking forward to. And then I was essentially telling myself, no, you can't have this thing that you were looking forward to. And it was like, aw. But instead of like being upset about it, I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll just use my goofy little one that I did. I knew that the next time I make one, I understand how the program works and that she'll be a lot better. And I just thought that I was gonna have time to make it, so instead, I finally was like, you know what, Scuts, little gremlin chibi with your stupid little eye shines that pop out. When I look down and to the right, I can never make it happen when I'm looking up, but I always see it happen when I watch the replays. It annoys me so much, but you know, once again, there's all the resources out there to make your own VTuber. The art doesn't have to be great, you can draw it yourself, and there's the 30-day trial is for, I think, layers beyond a certain point, but like, the free version still allows you to make a fairly basic VTuber for free. Even past the mark, like you just have a limited number of layers. And like the fact that so few people do it because it is hard. Like, but instead of playing Baldur's Gate 3 on expert mode, no heal potions, I'm choosing to spend my hard mode learning Live 2D. And I don't know what possesses me to torture myself like that, but I feel like it makes me a different breed. Like I if I have the resources and there's something that I want, I will learn it. But I'm also super passionate about art and making art. So making a live 2D VTuber was something that was going to further my art and my skills in that direction. So it's just something that appealed to me. I don't know. I get bored easily and I like learning everything though, so art just happens to be one of the things I'm like super duper into. I'm gonna try giving some little highlights here on the back of these little mutton choppies she's got going. I like it. I like it. That adds some adds some contrast there. Lets the hair stay like that darker tone, and then just lets this be what pops. I'm listening to The Offspring, I'm sorry. You gotta keep them separated. You gotta keep Scott's caffeinated. I see it like all the wiggling and stuff that I do when I talk. Like my VTuber at least picks that up, where my PNG tuber, she couldn't share that with you. That's really fun. All right, what do I have left? Let's get rid of the color palette. I shaded the teeth. We got thorns. We got vines. I need to do the eyeballs. And I will. How about that? Maybe I'll stick a trying to grab stuff from this because I know what ones are the central colors. Okay, so I actually managed to keep the color palette fairly similar too. I just slightly adjusted some of the tones to be a little warmer. The reds are the same. The gray is a little bit darker. I think this is the gray from her hooves though, which was different because the gray I grabbed was already from the nose. So yeah, we brought in a brighter yellow for the eye is the other thing. But that's pretty cool. That's the starting palette versus the final one. And where the character started versus where the character went. Started with kind of like a bull or a goat vibe. And then we went for a boar vibe instead. So there. So we kept that red, this red. Kept the gray from the nose. We used it for the eyes too, and the ears. I do like the inside of the ears like that as well. The only other thing that would be maybe cool. Ooh. What if we tried doing this? Oh, well. Fine. Duplicate this one. Fuck. Third time is the charm. No, because that kind of turns into a real... I mean, I guess. I would almost turn those to the... Ooh, I don't know which one I like. Really kick-ass work. You've done such an awesome job with her and gone way above and beyond what, and that means the world to you. Aw, you're so welcome. That's exactly why I do this. When I used to do art trades and stuff, there were some that were like really technically good pieces of work. Oh, that just looks like a tangle of thorns. Ooh. But even looking back now, the art that stands out to me the most isn't the stuff that was drawn by quote-unquote the best artists. It's the ones that were drawn by the artists who captured the spirit of my character. And I look at the picture and I go, that's Haru. They caught the gremlin. She's doing the gremlin thing. And when I started doing commissions, I kind of brought that attitude with me that I wanted to be the art that maybe wasn't the best art, but I wanted to be the best art of the character because I wanted to take the character's core and their concept to heart when I do the commission, if that makes sense. And it makes me so glad because I have people who come to me because of, like, they like the care that I put into the characters. You guys aren't just like, it's not just about the monetary value to me. I genuinely 100% adore getting to help design and bring characters into the world, and I love getting to, like, when I draw somebody's little gremlin character so much that I know I want to draw like a little doodle or whatever, and I scrawl the character taking a nap under some schematics because they do a lot of repairs on mechs and stuff and big things, and it made me think about my old job and how big the schematics were and how a little gnome could basically use one for a blanket. And so I did. I drew it and I was like, here you go. And I think that stuff is kind of appreciated too, but if you don't care about the concept of the character, those ideas are kind of left up to the commissioners to come up with. And like, that's fine. Like, you can be like, yeah, I want a slice of life thing where she's so tired from work that she is taking a nap under her she's taking a nap under her thing. And I can be like, yeah. But it's also just really cool for me to be like, yeah, this kind of seems possibly in flavor for this character. And to do the doodle and have it just be like, fuck yeah. This is what I live for. I can't decide. I don't know. What do you think I should do? What do you like? Do you like the dark, thorny ones, or do you like the brambly ones? Because I said I didn't like it at first, but now I'm like, well, actually, does it look better with a darker background? Let's play around with some of the background a bit. Ooh, purple's fun. I have fire. I also really appreciate the amount of like leniency and creativity I get to bring to stuff. Like, makes me really happy. It's fun to play around. Let's see if I can try to get some sort of fiery, flamey something going. I don't know what I want to do with the background. We'll figure it out. See, okay. The background can't be too busy. I can absolutely just send a version both ways. It'll take me 2 seconds. I made the one as a different layer. But yeah, just kind of got to explore with a lot of the designs of some of the characters you've had, and I just really appreciate it. All right, what do I want to do? I need to do the eyes, and then I'm just trying to do one more. Control U. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Slap some pink on it. She's ready for a date. Wood. This is Scott's now. Oh, I like the green. Is there a shade in here that kind of works without it being too green? Because a lot of the other tones I used were very earthy. The purple's a direct contrast, but... Okay, that has a pretty good contrast. What about... That lets everything stand out pretty nice. I mean, I know green's kind of an earthy tone versus fire tone, but I want to do something really painterly with this period. Finishing the boar lady. Yes, I am. She looks amazing, thank you. I'm doing my best. She is super neat. We'll see if we can finish her up in the next few minutes here. Let's see. I want to add... that there, and then I'll push the rest of this and do darker tone so that it gives her jaw room to kind of show up. I might actually make this less dark too. All right. I'm gonna go with this. Still the sort of dust cloud smoky feel. Yeah. It's more of like an olivey, gray green rather than anything that's like bright and springy, but it really definitely complements all the warmer tones. Let's see if I can add just a little nudge of something here. There it is. Ow. I have to do something about my earbuds. I only have one in, so the other one just kind of like runs around doing whatever. And most of the time, it ends up getting looped around something and literally slingshotting itself into my face. I just got bapped in the cheek that time. Like, why? Why must you do me so? Oh, I don't want it. It's not doing green. Let's go to let's do a running color spray. No. Droplets. Trying to add something that's like interesting, but I don't want it to be too much. Yeah, I don't like those. Should I do an outline behind her? So she pops or no? I was really into like, basically, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Doing it like a sticker. Oh no, but the vines are such a pain in the ass. I really don't want to do it on this one. I don't think it would help, would it? Because I also feel like making her look like she's... I don't know, I feel like this makes it look less menacing than having her feel like she's a part of the backdrop, but it is making her stick out really well. Whatever, it's a layer under everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and go through, try it out. If I hate it, I'll erase it or delete the layer, whatevs. No high stakes. If you have a strong opinion about disliking this, I would suggest you you shout at me. I'm gonna go through with this. I think it really does clarify the shapes. In this instance, I think it's worth it. Da 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 da. Still has a sort of dust cloud smoky feel. Something like she's like simmering out of ashes or something. I don't know. I really would love to do like one of the mood paintings I was doing. And those are really hard without like a predetermined design though. I don't know if I could do a design stuff. Do one like that. Oh boy. What day is today? It is Wednesday. What am I doing today? I think today is just an all-day drawing day. We're not gonna do the 6-hour stream over here though. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna take an intermission of my own, and then I'll probably be over on Twitch and drawing for the evening. I'm really, really happy with how she came out. This was super fun. It was fun to get to, like, just experiment with the design, too. I'm always honored you trust your characters in my hands to make them neat. Or even when you just want me to draw them as they are. All right. I think we might be about there. Let's leave it at lucky number 13 there. When I don't know what opacity level to leave something between like 11 and 15, I just pick 13. I'm like, yeah, lucky number, let's go. Let's crop this a bit. That's looking pretty good to me. I will grab that, this, and these. Cool. File save. And I finished this in roughly 2 hours of drawing. 2.5 hour stream. That's fair. There was a start time. I used a restroom. Why do Booba glistening though? Don't want to be that guy, but isn't she supposed to be covered in fur? Not complaining, just legit wondering. Wait, you're valid. You're valid. That's valid. Because Booba. Yeah. There's a vocal joke in Spanish about the number 13. I think I did it to make it clear that that's Booba. Because otherwise, I don't know. I'm not sure if it feels out of place though. It definitely. Oh, I didn't color her eyeballs. Oh no. Zoom. Enhance. I was gonna add all right. And I want the metals to actually be just hey, I never shaded hold on. Never shaded her eyes either. Alright. This is why I always like to take a look at stuff before I call it done. Or I say, if you catch anything, let me know. Because there are times where I think I've gotten everything, and then I realize I have not. Alright, so do I give her hard eyes? She's not bad. She's got lots of spankies. I don't know why we're gonna get a big water line that's just super. I don't know if the shiny is too much. Let me scoot it. What? She just wants a hug. She's just happy to see you, yeah. I don't know if that added to it or not. Maybe there. Yeah. Alright. I think we're gonna take the shines out though. I like just seeing like the bright center of her eye. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, horse? Heart shinies or regular shinies? I actually kind of like it no shinies. It kind of lends to the spooky. Maybe just more eyelashes? Nah. I love how many things I can just try out with digital art. I'm like, this was traditional, I'd just be crying. I'd be like, it's good enough, we're done now. Make it stop, I want off the ride. What happens if I outline everything? That's kind of cool, but does it look good? Objectively, does that look good? I don't know. I love it and hate it. I can't trust myself. I put my chibi away for a whole year. What if this is amazing and I hate it? Do the other eye just to make sure. It's over stylized compared to like everything else though. That's not right. So I have to go down here. Do it on the other. Fair. I won't mess with it this time. It just doesn't fit the vibe. I don't think it looks bad, it just doesn't look spooky. All right. I'm happy with that. Okay. Now, before I say anything else, I'm gonna save this as a PNG. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw one where I've got the little color palette guy over here. And I'm just gonna drop it. Drop it in the corner so that you have one with the flat colors. All right. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and save over the Clip Studio one so I don't accidentally fuck up my original file, which I have been known to do. Not fuck it up entirely, but end up not saving stuff I wish I had saved. So, I believe with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up today's stream. We finished the boar. We went through, working through some color theory, and trying to see what worked. And, it's really interesting. I'm just gonna throw it up one more time just so we can take a look, where we started and where we came with the character. Because it's really, really interesting to kind of see the journey we started with, doing some redesign, use some boar-like features, and then, you know, it's a fun redesign. It's fun. I had a good time. I like the result. I'm glad Horse likes the result. That's, in the end, all that matters to me. So, I'm glad another satisfied customer today. And hopefully I got some satisfied viewers, because I enjoyed hanging out, showing you my gnomes, and getting some work done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a late lunch in my face, and I'll be over on Twitch doing some more work. So thank you so very much for joining me. It means the world that you're supporting a little guy like me. And you could be anywhere else, but you were here. So just thank you. Thank you so very much. And I'll see you next time with some more shenanigans. We'll have to see. I can do those animal studies, hey? Yeah. I'll draw a raccoon. I'll draw it on a boar, and it'll be fighting a possum on the hyena, shooting laser beams with frogs. It'll be great. Until next time, take care, have a good one, and I'll see ya. Bye.